Dum 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 dum. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I hope I that was like a SpongeBob reference. I don't know why it just whole episode when the Krabby parody was coming slow. If you know it, you know it. If you don't, I love you anyway. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank y'all so much for tuning in one more time. It's another wonderful Thursday morning, and I just wanted to share a thought with y'all. As always, sharing tips, sharing knowledge. I feel like that's the way we all learn and grow, and that's the best way to be, I think. So I'm holding this lovely, this lovely book. Not a digital book, but a physical book. And I'm not saying this like I don't like me a good digital book, because I do. I love, look at that. Look at this art. Look at this. This is, get into that. Fire. Black art, man. Art in general, but I'm black. I have to always promote black art. I think we need to do that. I'm just saying. This book is Basquiat. It's about Jean-Michel Basquiat, and he was a famous, very famous, influential painter in the 1970s and 80s, mostly the 80s. And he went from an unknown, as any artist will tell you, you're not unknown. It's like you're just not huge yet. He went from unknown to like this overnight sensation in New York City and the art scene. To this day, his paintings sell for millions of dollars. So he went from painting on postcards and napkins, literally, to painting and selling for millions of dollars. So why do I bring this up? Well, I wanted to share with you someone that I admire. And I think it's really, really good to, if you admire anybody for any reason at all, read about them. That's number one. But number two, I really want y'all to read physical books. This is something that I've been embracing in the pandemic. I used to, when I was young, of course, there was no such thing as a digital book. I read all the Harry Potter books and different stuff, but I never, once I got older and I realized digital books were so easy, I could take this anywhere, I stopped really buying physical books. They were more of a hassle. But I did, a lot of people in my life were telling me, like my brother and different people, they only read physical books. They hate digital reading. And I didn't understand it until I started doing it myself at night. I would take, literally, I'm not saying, rearrange your whole life. I would take 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes, and it would end up being longer because I would get into it. But sometimes I would set a timer for 10 minutes, and I would just put, my lights down low, get in my bed, I'm showered, I'm ready to go to sleep, and read just like a little kid, like a bedtime story. I would read for that timer for like at least 10 minutes. And what I found was that I was so interested, more than on my phone. Because on my phone, I feel we're always staring at this device. We're either on our phone most of the time, or on our computer, or our tablet, or, the TV, like a video game. We're always like interacting with some technology, which I love. I'm a huge fan. I think anyone that knows me knows I love tech, but this may arguably be like the most high-tech, most 3D device ever, because you have to physically hold a book, right? A phone, you physically hold it, but you have to open this book. You have to open the book. One, the colors and the words are much more, I want to say, they puncture your eyes. Like this art on my phone would be very flat, but I'm trying to find the right lighting. That's pretty good. But this on my almost at my computer, in this physical book, the colors are so much more vibrant and they jump out in my eyes and they're just like, whoa. And the words are physically, so I have to like literally move my eyes along this page. I'm not just looking in one spot and scrolling. I'm actually, it's just more active. You have a smell. Oh, it smells nice. I think I forgot, books have a actual smell to them. Your phone is going to always smell like your phone, whether you're looking at your baby photos or you're on Facebook or whatever. Your phone looks and smells and acts the same way. But a physical book, you can literally, there's no notifications. You will not get an email notification, a text notification, a call. You won't accidentally click out of the book. It's like once you open this becomes your world. And that just dawned on me. Once you open a book, it becomes your world. And you retain, I read, there's a science that proves that I believe we read and retain like 40% more in a physical book than on a phone, which I think is for that same reason. We're always looking at our phone. That our phone is like a distraction kind of magnet. It's like we're designed to have all these apps and, do all these things. A book is meant to be read. You can't even like look up a definition of a word on a book. You have to like make a mental note. So it's like you're doing work. You have to be like, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to look it up later. Or I do know what this means and I really resonate, so it's like you're physically holding it. You need to like set the lighting. You have to make sure, excuse me. You have to turn on your lights so that you can see the book. You have to physically turn the pages. You have to mentally say, okay, I'm on page 62. And then the next time you open it. So it's like, it's just much more of an experience. Kind of like, how you can watch a movie at home versus watching a movie at the movies? I know I miss the movies. Let's not go until it's safe, but I love the movie theater and I miss the movies. So yes, I can watch this movie at home, but the experience of putting on clothes and getting in a car or getting on the train or whatever it is and going inside of a theater and paying for your ticket, it just is much more of an event. That's how I feel about physical books now. I feel that this is like you're gearing up and you're excited and you pick a book that jumps out at you and you open it up and you're just like in it. Like, wow, this is interesting. And of course, you don't have to be like me. Like, this was someone that I've always thought was interesting and I wanted to learn about, and I saw it was only $12, couldn't put it down. But if you maybe you like fiction and you want to read that, whatever you are currently reading, just try to buy a book in that same category, and you will be shocked at how much more involved you'll be and how much more it will be in your dreams. It will come up in your mind. Like, I wrote a blog post recently, my most recent one. John Michel had many paintings called Untitled, and I was really inspired by that. So I was like, oh, that's so dope. And I wrote a prayer, and I was like, I'm just gonna call it Untitled Prayer in parentheses, because that's how he named a lot of his. So that was like an homage to him. So not necessarily to steal, but to get inspired and do your own thing. He never wrote a prayer, So you bring you to something and you get inspiration from others. And I think what better way to do that than reading a book? So that's it. That's my reading rainbow episode. I don't know. And if you're not reading, this is not to say shame on you. No, I mean, in all honesty, when I was my busiest, I don't think I was reading anything. And there were periods of my life where I was not reading anything. I mean, like articles and little things on social media, but not like books. And I'm finding so much joy, and I cannot wait. I'm actually a little sad because I'm almost done with this book. I've only been reading like a couple minutes a night, and because I've been trying to savor it, and also it kind of helps me wind down and go to sleep, so that's another plus. But I'm like almost kind of sad. I do have another book, but this one was just awesome. So I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. Y'all are just so awesome. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. I hope you find a great book to read. And I will definitely be seeing y'all soon. Stay safe, stay sane, and stay awesome. Yeah? So, talk to y'all soon, okay? Mwah.